More than half of graduates over the age of 25 don't actually work in the field of study they got a degree in. And while people pay buckets of money for the campus experience, they're getting nearly nothing in return. A new report says 25% of grads earn less than $30,000 a year. So, Greg,
yes.
Is college worth it? And here's the other study that says so many of the grads don't work in their fields of study. I don't think that's necessarily the issue. It's the fact that they're getting out with massive amounts of debt.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's worth it, if it's required in life. I mean, college degree is not meant to give you any knowledge. It's a signal that gets you into the club. It's a six-figure cover charge to get you into the bar of life. It's a virtue signal, and it always has been a virtue signal. So, but now the virtue signal of a BA, bachelor's degree, is not enough. So then it's like, well, this person has a master's. Well, this person has a PhD. You're now in an arms race of degrees, and the hangover is you pay it off later. It's the debt that you're accruing. It would be a shame if we could get people out of this track and say, look, trade schools, the military, there's ways to gain experience in life so you don't end up in 6-7 figures in debt. And by the way, nobody's paying for it. You're paying for it. That's something I would go to war for. Cancel debt? No. And everybody who paid their debts would be on the military on my side.
That's right. I'm with you already.
Yes.
So, Judge, the average cost of a graduate's debt is $37,000. But a lot of these, like social sciences, communications, art majors, make less than $45,000 a year. They can never pay this back.
Well, you know what? First of all, Jen Psaki is the one who says, we've got so many jobs available. She's the one who says the economy's so good, and yet they're the same people who are talking about maybe getting rid of student debt. Look, if you can't afford it, go to a state school. Go to a community college.
Yes.
You don't have to go to the best school. Get a job. I had a job in college. I had a job in law school. I worked in the legislature. I mean, you know what? Stop with this nonsense, this namby-pamby. You got to pay my bill. I don't want to pay your bill. Pay your own bill.
There you go.
Hey, but Dana, isn't that really the choice you have? You can go to a community college, get 2 years of your degree out of the way very cheaply, and then you can go anywhere in the country with that degree. And
I used to have a lot of sort of college degree intimidation factor because I went to a small school, University of Southern Colorado, now called CSU in Pueblo. I was on a full ride scholarship for the speech team. And then I go to the White House, and I'm surrounded by all these people who went to Harvard and Yale and
they're
Berkeley.
Stupid.
And there were times where I was like,
they are.
I don't know as much as they did. And there were things that I didn't know, like the classes I didn't have a chance to take. But then I realized that the president would turn to me and ask me for my opinion just as often as he would somebody else. So I always encourage people, yes, if you think you want to go to college, you absolutely should pursue it. We talked about immigrants early on, especially Hispanics. Of course they want their children to go to college because while there's that study that says that some college graduates make less than $30,000 a year, over the course of your lifetime, if you have a college degree, you are likely to have more wealth. That could change, however. Tech companies now, they're no longer requiring that 4-year Bachelor of Arts degree or Bachelor of Science degree. They're starting to figure this out. And there's a lot of ways you can enhance your life and learn about things that you might learn about in college through other means now, including YouTube, podcasts, and just working.
So, Geraldo,
I agree with everything she said.
There's a movement to have governments pay for student loan debt, but shouldn't we go back to the universities that charged, $150,000 for an education that kids can't earn a salary and pay it back?
Yeah. Absolutely. First of all, I agree with my friend Ro Khanna, the congressman from California, who says forget about forgiving. Well, he doesn't say forget about forgiving student debt, but he prioritizes free community college. I think there should be community college for everybody for free. My son, my second son, Cruz, is an engineer from Texas A&M. He works building elevators and escalators here in town, a union job. A lot of the people he worked with barely graduated college or didn't even graduate college, and they make the same money, which is a great salary. I'm very proud of them. But college was not necessary for what he does.
Yeah, but free community college just turns into the next 2 years of high school.
So what? I mean,
well, because you don't need, because that's what I get mad thinking about as a taxpayer. I want K through 12 education to be better.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
shouldn't have to have another 2 years of remedial English.
One quick point to that.
Then we got to go.
The biggest problem in urban America is the kids from 18 to 21. They got to get over that hump. They graduate high school, then they got
But
to
they're
get.
being graduated
they're in
without
this-
being able to do the.
We get-
to
there-
read
No,
and
wait a
write.
minute. No,
Wait,
I got to
no,
say,
no,
I got to add something.
Quickly.
Here, do you know how many kids are coming through the southern border that we are educating in schools? If you want to talk about the cost of education, and I ended.
God bless them.
Well, I'm gonna say, I got
God
to see
bless them.
what these
God bless
schools
them.
are
God
teaching our
bless
kids,
each and
and
every
it's
one.
absolute garbage. All right, we got to go.